Hello folks, I am back again, and this time we are going to talk about Meghan Markle. Yes, and yes, I do plan on getting back to also doing UK news as well as American. I said, well, technically from my heritage, my DNA, I'm like 52% English, 9% Scottish, several percent Irish. So I'm like about 75% UK heritage. So it's another good reason that I would like to report on news and cultural issues for the UK. All right. So, and of course, talking about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry concerns both of us here in America and those across the pond. So, what is Meghan Markle's endgame? I was saying to my mom just today that I think that Prince Harry would not have turned out so badly had he had a nicer wife. If he had gotten a good girl who wanted to just be a nice royal, I think he would still be in the bosom of his family today. But, strange turn of events in history, he got Meghan Markle, and she is, as they say, a piece of work. A piece of work. And she has proceeded to try to exploit her marriage to him and exploit the monarchy. And I said, and if this was in medieval times, she would be a warring sibling trying to overthrow the nation and take the throne herself. And frankly, I think that's not too far from the truth. Just because we have, the internet today and television, and back in the old days, they just had, riding troubadours and knights and town criers, it's really not that different. The methods are different, but the goal is the same. Now, Meghan Markle has allied herself with the powerful Democrat elite in America. And the powerful Democrat elite has accepted her to some extent, even though she is always making gaffes and always a laughing stock and making a fool of herself. And the reason they have accepted her to some extent is because she has fame. She has a name, and the Democrats are desperate. They don't have good up-and-coming candidates. They don't have anybody good. And they're a bunch of old white men, old white women like Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton. And they desperately need younger people who want to be active in politics. So despite the fact that there are several limitations, like I said, such as she wouldn't be allowed to have her title and run for president or hold office in, like senator or Congress. However, I believe the Democrats will stop at nothing. And I think they have ignored every rule in the book. So why wouldn't they ignore the rule about not having, representatives with a title from another nation? Why would they, stop at that? I don't think they will. We shall see, though. However, I think there have been several signs to show that Meghan and Harry are being groomed to, take high-level positions in the Democrat Party. And that's the only way they can stay in the news and stay relevant. And I said, technically, that is pretty crooked and sneaky because, Harry is in line to another nation. Yes, we are allied nations, but nevertheless, someone from in the monarchy of another nation should not be getting into the politics of a republic. Pure and simple. They belong to their own government. And this country is a completely different system. But nevertheless, the Democrats are grooming Harry and Meghan for senior positions in the American government. And I said for the short reason that they are desperate. They want puppets. The powerful elite, the mainstream media, and the business oligarchs, big tech, they want puppets. They want figureheads. And Harry and Meghan are nice young puppet figureheads that will be useful for many 40 or 50 years to come. And it's very suspicious. Why else would the Democrats have Harry handing out American military awards? He is a prince from another kingdom, you know? And so I think, and they have him, they say that they thought he was in Texas recently to be near Biden for something going on. They are grooming him for the presidency or the first manship one way or another. And I said, they'll stop at nothing. They will pass a law that says you're allowed to be in line for the throne in another country and also be president or first man of America. So, this fight that we lead here on YouTube, discussing these issues with them, is partially, it's warning, it's being Paul Revere. We're saying, Harry and Meghan are coming, Harry and Meghan are coming, Harry and Meghan are coming. And I said, and that's true. I mean, they have a 0 to their resumes are awful. I would like to see the Democrats try to make a election campaign for those two. Their experience in politics and ability is very pathetic. Very pathetic. I said, Hillary Clinton, we're not fans of her at all. But the fact of the matter is, she had a long resume, and that resonated with the Democrat voters. She had quite a bit on her side. She had the names, the places, the colleges, the experience, the connections, etc. The same with Joe Biden. He had the connections, the stuff on his resume, whether the rest of us Republicans think it makes sense or not, doesn't matter. The fact is that for these candidates, Democrats had what they wanted for, presenting to the public. To present that makes them sound credible and of good quality and lots of experience. But Harry and Meghan? Come on. So it's definitely a concern, and I feel that we are not only defending, well, I started off because, like I said, I'm a fan of the Queen, and I want to defend the Queen, and we also want to defend the American presidency. So this is a dual effort. And by getting the word out now, we're hoping that people are going to hear and listen and realize that we should not have have a soap opera TV actress and a puppet prince from another kingdom in our American White House, or even in our American Senate. So we must be vigilant and we must watch. I said, I'm not interested in them primarily as just social gossip. I am interested in the political ramifications here. They are vast and broad for both the UK and America. And so basically these two goofballs are trying to throw a monkey wrench into the works of our nations. And so far, they have gained a lot of leverage. They definitely have, and that is a concern. So yes, Meghan is after the US presidency, and I believe she is still after the British monarchy. Yes, she doesn't like them, but I think it's one of those things where you're like, the person wants to get revenge, wants to take over, go back and win just because they feel that they lost. So it's like the gauntlet has been thrown down, and she is determined to win. And so far, unfortunately, she has been very successful at it, what with, the woke crowd being on her side. So there is concern. There is concern that she could ultimately succeed in her goal. Now, what was troubling this past week is Taz was talking about how Omid Scobie was attacking Prince William. And I think this is a special interest because Prince William is close in line. And when Charles takes the throne, William is not going to be far behind because Charles is already an old man, and who knows if he probably doesn't want to stay on the throne as long as his mother has. So, I think they see their primary adversary is William, because William and his children are in line before Harry. So I have a sneaking suspicion that it is the mission of Meghan and Harry to somehow discredit Prince William and consequently discredit his children. And once that happens, who is in line next? Ta-da! Harry! So it's going to be quite a job to be able to discredit William and discredit his children, and then to the point where they would be kicked out of line, and then Harry would bring himself in there as the woke, compassionate, good guy who then deserves to be king next. I have a feeling that that is kind of one of their end games, because why else would the minions of Meghan and Harry suddenly be going after William? They realize, the Queen is not going to be here much longer, and they realize that Charles is sort of a pushover. But William is also, he's next in line, and his kids stand between Harry and Meghan and the throne. So that's of special interest to them to somehow discredit and push him out. But the thing is, if they are able to pull this off, wouldn't the country likely go to a republic before they would accept Harry and Meghan as king and queen? However, she has, been very nefarious and had a lot of machinations, and she has largely been successful to a point. And that's why we must keep an eye on her and, not allow her evil plans to proceed any further, if we can help it. Like I said, getting the word out is a good start. But I believe, like I said, they are seeking positions in the Democrat Party, and the Democrats, being short of popular people, will elevate them to the top. Despite the titles, despite all the protocol, inter-country rigmarole, they will put them up there. And also, I believe they are also targeting the British throne. It is quite a crooked plot, TV actress and spare heir go after presidency of one country and throne of another. But we have known enough to know not to underestimate these two, the despicable duo. They will stop at nothing in their pursuit of fame, fortune, and power. So that's where we sit with Harry and Meghan these days. And I said it's of a political importance, seismic political importance to both of our nations. Not only are they planning to infiltrate the American government and circumvent the rules and laws, but they are also on a mission to bring down the monarchy. So we must continue to watch and be vigilant, and we hope that there will be enough opposition to keep them from carrying out their plot and their plan. So, all right, let me know what you think in the comments below. Are Harry and Meghan after the American presidency and the British monarchy? We'll keep the conversation going. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.